So this is the Nova Spirit. It's owned by the richest man in British Columbia, Jimmy Patterson. I love Jimmy Patterson's story because he started from scratch. He actually used to own a car dealership. That's how he got started, the first business.
I remember
right?
now.
Talk about salespeople. He was also very well known for every single month. He's gonna fire the bottom salespeople every single month. Right? That's his well known. So this is a beautiful boat. Now I'm not a boat person, but every time I walk by this, I get so inspired.
Yeah, and he started from absolutely
nothing, right?
This is maybe a 10, 20 million.
Probably $15 million boat, right there. So I'm just, maybe it's something good that we talk about today. Why do you think people don't become wealthy? In spite of their intention or they want it and they say they want it. But what's the difference? Because you and I, we both started from scratch. Right? We weren't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. We both built our business to where it is today. So what do you think are the top reasons why people don't become wealthy?
Yeah, let's dive into it. I think there's a core mindset between those that are successful versus those that fail. And we've both worked with so many people now. We've seen
the patterns.
We've seen the patterns. The patterns are obvious. So yeah, let's sit down and discuss that.
Let's do that. Grab a seat. So let's talk about the top 10 reasons why people don't become wealthy. What do you think is the first top one?
I would say a lot of people, they lack having clarity. They don't really know what they want and why they want it.
Right.
I mean, being wealthy is so general, right? So a lot of people say, I want to make more money. Okay, here's $1.
Yes,
it's more money, right? But I think a lot of people got to get very clear, why do they want to become wealthy? What's the amount for them that can allow them to live whatever kind of lifestyle they want? Because I just look at money as a tool that can allow you to experience more of life. Whether you want to travel more, a certain lifestyle, materialistic possessions, it might be to contribute more, it might be able to grow more yourself.
Or to help your family.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, they don't have a strong enough reason why, and really what it comes down to, I think, they don't want it bad enough.
Yes.
Because it's possible. I mean, I was reading the other day, I think there's 1,300 people every single day that are becoming millionaires. It's easier today to become a millionaire than ever before. And I think really what makes that difference, or at least one of the reasons, is you got to want it bad. And I think a lot of people, they just don't want it bad enough. They say they want it, but they really don't. It's like they only want it if it falls in their lap. They only want it if it's easy. They only want it if it's convenient. But you and I both know, in order to create wealth, you have to grow and improve yourself massively. You have to become more valuable, and you also have to create value for others.
I agree. I think I agree. Most people don't get what they want in life because they don't know what they want. And it's not enough to say, I want to make more money, like you said. Do you want to make $5,000 a month? Do you want to make $10,000? Do you want to make $20,000? Do you want to make $50,000? Whatever the amount is. And I also believe it's not just how much money you make. I talk about this in FU Money, right? It's how you make the money. So not all income is created equal. So you have one person making $10,000 a month, maybe working in a corporate job that requires them to travel long hours, 6 days a week. Another person, maybe more a laptop lifestyle entrepreneur, making the same $10,000 but working only 2 days a week.
That's right.
That's a big difference. It's the same $10,000, but if you don't know what you want, it's very difficult to reverse engineer. So I like to think of, okay, this is the ideal lifestyle that I want. And I talk about it in FU Money, right? What's that FU Money target? And how much would that cost you? Not how much you roughly, maybe, no, let's calculate that. And what I realize is, after all these years, talk to so many people, whatever the ideal that they have, they say, I want to be able to travel, I want to be able to have to drive this particular car or have this particular house or this kind of lifestyle. When they actually break it down, it doesn't cost them as much money as they think. They thought, they ask most people, I need $1 million, I need $10 million. Really?
They're just throwing random numbers out there.
Because they set a number that's totally unrealistic versus, actually, no, I could accomplish all I want to accomplish with maybe $300,000 a year. Well, that's a very different goal than $30 million a year, right? So I find that to be the case. And like you said, people, they say they want it, but their actions don't match with what they say they want, right?
Yeah, and I think another reason too is they might say that they want this and they have the reasons why, but if they don't believe that it's possible for them, or if they don't believe that they can do it, that they can make it happen, then they're not going to take any action to do it. And I think a lot of people, they're presented with opportunities every day. Today, we both have great programs and resources that can help people, that helped us, that helped other people as well. And you could put that opportunity in front of someone, but there's still a lot of barriers that I think a lot of people have to really maximize and utilize it. And I think it comes down to their belief. If they believe that that's a scam, or it's not going to work for them, or they think that, well, I can't do this because I'm an immigrant and I don't understand English, or I don't have the time or money, then...
Which I am too, by the way.
And there's plenty of examples of people in those situations that have been able to overcome those.
Yeah.
But the belief is a core thing, because without the belief, your behavior follows the beliefs. And a lot of people, they're too close-minded. They allow their beliefs to be dictated from their past. That maybe in the past, they got hurt, they got they got ripped off, or whatever it is. I often kind of compare it to relationships sometimes, because we've all maybe at times, maybe in high school, we're very open and in many ways naive, and you fall in love with someone and then you get your heart broken. But you can't let that experience of having your heart broken, you can't carry that forward with you in other relationships, because if not, then you're always going to be closed off.
You can't let their past dictate their future, right?
And I think a lot of people, even if you just have to have an open mind at all times, you always have to have that belief that anything's possible, that you can do it. What one man can do, another man can do. And it's possible. You have to really believe and own that.
And I think the belief, the self-belief, I think it's more than that. I talk about this at my TEDx talk. It's even more than belief. I think it's an identity.
That's right.
So
that's who you are.
It's who you are. So it's very difficult to create any kind of change if you hold on to your old identity.
That's right.
The example I like to give, it's like people who want to quit smoking, right? If if my identity is I'm a smoker, it's always a struggle, right? It's always, well, I want to have that puff, I want to have that cigarette. Versus someone who's not a smoker, then there's no temptation.
Right.
In fact, like for guys that we don't smoke, we can't stand even people smoking.
Right.
I can't stand the smell. Right? We're not thinking about, I can't wait to have a cigarette. So unless they change the identity, I always joke about it. I was a millionaire in my mind. Way before I had the money in my bank account. Even when I had no money, I never worried about the gas prices or how much lettuce costs. Like those things don't enter my mind. It just took many years for the reality to catch up. And
if you look at some of the most successful people, they all had that
identity.
It's almost like this identity or belief that's somewhat delusional.
It is.
For example, like Muhammad Ali called himself the greatest before he won anything.
It is delusional.
He believed that he was a champion. Conor McGregor,
it is.
You look at professional athletes, but they all believed in. If you study the work of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, he talks about having this boardroom of advisors of these greats in his mind that he would visit every day. And I think that kind of segues into another reason. I look at environment as key. They say that we're the sum of the people that we spend time 100%. With. That if you want to look at,
both very big on the environment, wealth triggers, right?
And they've said, if you want to figure out how much money you're going to make, just look at the 3 closest friends, and that's how much money you're going to make.
I agree.
And who you spend time with is who you become. And a lot of people, if you're hanging out and spending time with people that are broke and complaining and negative and lazy and a lot of people, they might have the desire. I've seen this so many times. They are excited, they want to improve their life, but their friends and family are pulling them down because they're saying, oh, that's not going to work for you, that's a scam, or whatever it is. And it's very challenging to overcome your environment. It's very challenging.
And I think it's the kind of the buckets of crap story, right? Where you have buckets of crap, when one crab tries to get out of the box, the other crabs will pull the crab down. It's exactly like that. That's why everything I do right now, I'm at a point where, as you've also seen me, we're working together, that I have grown over the years. Then going to the next level, the first thing that I think of is not so much, I need to do all these things. That's not what I focus on. First, I need to make the identity shift. Who do I have to be in order to be at that next level?
That's right.
Then the next thing is I alter my environment. I alter my environment because it's much easier. I always say environment is 10 times more powerful, 100 times more powerful than your willpower. Change your environment, new place, new car, new everything, new opportunities, expand my context. I want to look in the mirror. Do I see myself just as this person, or do I see myself as being 100? Do I look like a someone? Do I act and behave and operate like someone who's running, a 9-figure business, a 10-figure business? It's different than a 7-figure business, right?
Yeah.
And I want to change that first. Then my actions will show.
Yeah.
Then my behaviors will change, right?
Yeah.
And most people don't get that. They want to bend the approach, right? Let me learn something here. Let me learn something there.
Yeah.
But they don't change who they are. It's like cigarette. You put a little pad here. You do all these little tricks and gimmicks. But shit, you still smoke.
Yeah.
You still smoke.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work.
Yeah, I know both of us were really big on masterminds and investing in ourselves.
Yep.
And I know for me, one of the first times I used to go to these free meetup groups.
Oh, yes.
And I found just kind of filled with these people that
Wannabes.
again, they say they want it, but they're not really committed. And when I actually invested, I said, you know what? I want to be around people that are millionaires, multimillionaires, people that are way beyond what I even think is possible. People that are making $1 million in a day.
Yes.
Right? Which at the time was like so mind-boggling to me, but now I've been around people like that, and I decided, okay, I'm going to invest because you have to pay to play if you want to be around those people. They don't want to be around a lot of dabblers, so you have to pay and invest to be around them. So I remember going to some of these events, totally changed my mindset. Because I saw a lot of them, there's regular people. But they have just a different way of looking at things, a different mindset that really rubbed off on me in a lot of ways, and it just really inspired me to raise my standards of what's really possible. Because when you see that this person did it, this person did it, this person did it, you think, hey, you know what, I can do that too. And just by being around them, the osmosis of that rubs off on you. It doesn't take willpower. You will take on their beliefs.
I'll share a quick story. So when I was in my 20s, so at the first mastermind group I joined, which is also it's organized by my mentor Alan. So we had this marketing mastermind group. I was in my 20s. I was the youngest guy. I'm not supposed to get in because I'm a mentee, so he kind of put me in there. Kind of as like, it's just tag along, right? And I remember sitting around with all these millionaires. All these guys, very successful. I was making like I don't know, nothing, next to nothing. Like maybe 80,000, 90,000 a year, something like that. I was looking at these guys. You know the biggest thing I got out of it? Not to put them down. I said, they're not that smart. That was it. They was like, fuck, they're not that smart. Like whatever they're talking about, I get. And it's not like rocket science. And
that's right.
Belief, it's like, hey, maybe, like you said, maybe I could do that too. That's all you need. Maybe I could do that too. That's the starting point. That's the spark, right? That's planting the seed. Then you can go from there. Okay, now what do I need to do? What resources do I need? Who do I have to be in order to become that person, right?
Yes, and being in that environment too, what I love is it makes you feel uncomfortable.
It does.
And that's a good thing.
It does.
Because if you're comfortable in the environment, then you're in the wrong environment, right? If you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room. So I like to be in those environments that scare me. I feel like I'm doing very well, but I've been a part of groups where I'm like the quiet one, the sponge, just kind of absorbing the fly on the wall, because these guys are talking about $100 million deals. And I'm just like, wow, and I'm just observing and learning from that. So I love being in those environments where they make me uncomfortable, and I can be that student in that environment. I think that's a key thing, is just always being open to learning. And I think that's also been one thing constant for us. We've always been willing to read books. I mean, you've got a huge library, I've got a huge library. We've always gone to seminars, invested in ourselves, and been willing to actually decide we want to pay to learn from other people that have experience and knowledge that we want to be able to obtain.
And I think it's not just people think about why we invest so much money in ourselves. Why we buying the books and buying the program and attending all these different groups. It's not so much people, but all this stuff is free. I can get online. I can watch videos. You don't fucking get it. First of all, the good stuff is not online. Okay, it's all the trade secrets, all closed door. A second thing is, until you invest, it's just different. Like when there's no skin in the game, there's no game. There's a difference between you watch something for free versus you put some money on the line. You pay more attention.
The more you pay, the more you pay attention.
100%.
Yeah,
right?
I found that the value is not necessarily the information, it's what you do with it.
Yeah.
Like I've heard things time and time again on free videos or articles and blog posts. I didn't do anything with it, so it didn't really have much value, but sometimes I go to an event or a course, and because I paid and I value it more,
and you pay the hotel, you pay the flight,
the same thing
you
that I
lock
heard,
yourself in the room, right?
if I actually do it and apply it, for me, I'm like, I got my money's worth.
Yes.
Like, because it actually led to me actually taking action, and sometimes we need that again and again, or you need to actually, I remember, you know, in my business, I had a lot of mental barriers around really hiring people and scaling up and bringing on a manager, because I had beliefs around they can't do as well as me, and just fear of giving up control. So I already knew, like I already had information, I read these books, but it wasn't until I paid this coach and invested a lot of money in this person
to work on that
actually got me to do it. Even though I had read about it, all this sort of stuff, he got me to do it, and that was so valuable for me. I agree. I think that's a key thing.
I definitely also want to circle back about skeptical.
Yeah.
There are people who say, oh, they're skeptical, been burned and all that. I mean, I always say, have you ever had a bad meal before? Yes. Do you still eat?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's the same idea that just because you've been burned in the past, we've lost money on so many freaking things, right? We have had failures. We have gone to programs that suck, right? Like invest in wrong people, but it doesn't mean we stop. It's just all part of the process. So I think when people say, I think Tony Robbins talks about this. When people say, oh, I'm skeptical, what it means is you're scared.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You're afraid.
Don't want to get your hopes up.
You want to get your hopes up. So instead of raising your standard expectations, what do? You lower your standard. You lower, like you don't get your hopes up, you lower expectation, so you won't fail. Then what happens? You're not playing to win, you're playing not to lose.
So Dan, I think one thing a lot of people don't realize is that they are going to fail.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's like you're gonna, but they
guaranteed.
You're guaranteed to fail, and so many people they're trying to avoid it. I actually think that's where the biggest lessons are in the failure. And I think changing the relationship, because the successful person fails just as much, if not more, than the other person, but they don't view it as failure.
I remember always sometimes when I do speaking, I would ask the audience. I said, put up here, how many have lost more than $10,000 in your business? I said, put a hand. How many have lost more than $50,000? Or keep your hand up, $100,000. You know, $500,000, $1 million, at a point, $2 million. Basically, usually it's just my hand and a couple of people. I said, you know what, my hand is still fucking up, right? And that's why I'm up here in front of you, teaching you. Right. I said, I failed more than any one of you. Anyone lost more money, made more stupid mistakes, and that's why. But it doesn't
stop you. It's what you learn from it. And there's no failure. There's just only feedback.
No.
You know, so if you view it as feedback, then you can always get better, you can improve from that, and that's what's going to lead you to having that success.
Yeah, and it's about failing fast. Marketing is about failing fast.
That's right.
Knowing what doesn't work and then you move on. So those are some of the top reasons. Click here, watch the next video, and find out more reasons why you don't become wealthy. Go ahead.
Are you guys still here?
Come on, click here.
Watch
right
part
there.
2.
Right there.